All right, let's talk about the future of artificial intelligence. Now, you might be thinking, what on earth does the life insurance industry have to do with it? Well, it turns out it's the perfect lens to understand how AI is going to evolve. We're going to see how it goes from just a simple tool we use today to something that could, literally change what it means to be alive.
So, our entire journey today is built around these three stages. Think of it like a timeline. First up, we've got artificial narrow intelligence, or ANI. That's where we are right now, and it'll probably last until about 2030. Then, things get really interesting with a massive jump to artificial general intelligence, AGI, kicking in around 2030. And after that, well, we get to the truly mind-bending stuff, artificial superintelligence, or ASI, which some people think could show up around 2040.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We're going to walk through those 3 ages of AI, starting with its job today as an efficient tool. Then we'll see it become a trusted partner. And finally, this all-knowing guardian. And trust me, where this journey ends up is pretty profound. It really gets you thinking about a whole new definition of life.
All right, let's jump right into stage 1, the efficient tool. This is all about artificial narrow intelligence, or ANI, which is basically the AI of today, from now until roughly 2030. It's all about making things faster, smarter, and way more efficient through some seriously good prediction and automation.
So, the key thing to get about ANI is that it's a specialist. It's like a grandmaster chess player who can't even make toast. It's brilliant at one specific thing. All that generative AI stuff that blew up in late 2022? That's ANI. It can write an essay or analyze a mountain of data, but it doesn't actually understand the world. It has zero common sense.
And you can see it right here how ANI is already shaking up the insurance world across these 5 core areas. This isn't science fiction. This is happening right now. The entire game today is about which company can get the best at using ANI's power for prediction and automation in all these fields. Let's take underwriting, for instance. It used to be that you were just a number in a big statistical bucket based on your age or where you live. Not anymore. Now, AI can grab the data straight from your Fitbit or Apple Watch, cross-reference it with tons of medical data, and boom, it creates a risk profile that's just for you. We're talking about getting a policy approved in seconds, not weeks. It's a total game changer.
So you can see the huge shift here, right? Insurance isn't this static thing you buy and forget about anymore. Thanks to AI, it's becoming this live dynamic service. Your premium might actually go up or down based on how you live your life. Ads are laser-focused, and managing money is way more about cold, hard data than some gut feeling.
Okay, now let's look ahead to the next big era, kicking off around 2030. We're moving into stage 2, the trusted partner. This is where artificial general intelligence, or AGI, comes in. And here's the leap. AI is no longer just a dumb tool following orders. It starts to become a real partner, one that actually understands the why behind everything. It gets the context of your life.
So what exactly is AGI? Well, think of it as an AI that can learn and solve problems at a human level. The real magic is its ability to connect the dots. It can understand medicine, finance, psychology, all of it, and see how they all fit together in your life. It's not just crunching numbers anymore. It's actually starting to gain something like wisdom.
And this really is the fundamental difference. ANI looks at your health stats and says, what's the probability of something happening? It's all about the what. But AGI looks at your health, your job, your stress, your goals, and it understands the why. It can make a logical judgment because it sees the whole story of your life, not just a bunch of data points.
Now this is where it gets really wild. This leads to a concept called generative policies. Forget picking some off-the-shelf insurance plan. In the AGI world, the AI acts like your personal agent. It literally creates a one-of-a-kind contract just for you, and get this, it's a living document that constantly updates and rewrites itself as your life changes.
The difference is just night and day. ANI is all about speed and accuracy. AGI is about insight, logic, even a kind of empathy. The whole competition shifts. It's not about who has the fastest computer anymore. It's about which company has an AGI you actually trust to be your partner. An agent so trustworthy it might tell you, hey, you know what? You actually don't need to buy this product right now.
All right, now we're heading into the final stage, and this is where things get truly profound, maybe even a little scary. Starting around 2040, we could see the emergence of Stage 3, the all-knowing guardian, powered by artificial superintelligence, or AI. This is the point where AI isn't just as smart as us, it's vastly,
incomprehensibly smarter.
And let's be really clear here. ASI is not just a slightly smarter human. We're talking about an intellect that is to us what we are to an ant. It would understand the fundamental laws of physics and biology so deeply that it could manipulate our world in ways that would look like magic to us.
And here is the single biggest change of all. For an ASI, risk is gone. It doesn't exist anymore. Why? Because it can simulate reality down to the last molecule. It doesn't guess when you might have a heart attack. It knows the exact nanosecond a particular cell is going to give out. So the entire idea of insurance, which is basically a bet against the unknown, poof, it becomes completely meaningless.
So if insurance isn't insurance anymore, what is it? Well, it basically morphs from a financial product into a biological maintenance service. Your policy becomes a life maintenance protocol. Your premium? That's just the system operating cost to run the nanobots and gene therapies that are constantly fixing you at a microscopic level. And you never file a claim because the system makes sure the bad thing never happens in the first place.
Okay, let's bring it all together now. We're going to look at the ultimate comparison of these three H's. Because, as you're probably realizing, this isn't just about how an industry changes. This is about how our entire definition of life itself gets rewritten. This chart just lays it all out perfectly. You see the whole story here. We go from ANI as a simple tool to AGI as a partner we reason with, all the way to ASI as a literal manager of our fate. The core value we seek from it goes from speed to empathy and then to something like absolute fairness. But look at that last row, that's the kicker. Asset management goes from just playing the stock market to managing the total energy output of human civilization. Just think about that for a second.
And that leads us to this incredible final idea. In an ASI world, a company, or whatever it is, isn't competing with other companies for your business anymore. That's small potatoes. Its new competitor is entropy itself, the universal law that says everything falls apart and decays. Its whole reason for being is to fight that decay, to manage our resources to make sure humanity as a species keeps going.
So we have to end with this one big question. If AI goes from being a tool we use, to a partner we trust, to a guardian that literally manages our existence, what does that actually mean for us? What does it mean to be human when the very struggle against fate and physics is outsourced to an intelligence we can't even comprehend? That's really the question we're all going to have to face.